God, things like that. You guys said, can Christians take antidepressants or go to therapy? That's another huge misconception, is that Christians shouldn't take medicine, they shouldn't seek out therapy, that it's a lack of faith, that if they just had more faith, they would get through it. Listen, God gave us doctors for a reason. I know multiple Christians personally that therapy has helped them tremendously. Sometimes it's good to be able to talk to somebody who can understand your issues or your problems. And, taking medicine is not inherently bad. Dude, like we talked about earlier in this podcast, chemical imbalances are a very real thing. Mental health struggles are real. Do I believe sometimes they're blown out of proportion? Sometimes they're, it becomes overly somebody's identity. Yeah, I believe sometimes it's really blown out of proportion, but there's nothing wrong with balancing your chemicals, taking medicine. I do think it depends what medicine you're taking. But dude, there's nothing sinful about being on something that helps you function. And again, you have to be careful walking that line, because you don't want to be abusing. You don't want to be taking something that you don't actually need. But, there's nothing wrong with a Christian going to therapy or a Christian taking antidepressants. Some people get depressed, seasonal depression or disorder, GAD, general anxiety disorder, bipolar. I mean, these are all very real things that are physical. Not everything is a demonic attack. Not everything is spiritual. I mean, we live in the flesh. Our bodies are physical. We live in a flesh world. Not everything is, you don't want to over spiritualize things. Yes, there's spiritual warfare. Yes, there can be demonic attacks on your life, but you have to be able to identify what that is. And a lot of that comes with discernment and reading the Bible. Again, that discernment, that reading the Bible. So no, there is nothing sinful about a Christian seeking out therapy, seeking out help. I believe that it's good to get your mental health treated. And so, yeah, moving on from that, that was a very popular question you guys were answering me. You guys also asked, this is going back to the Mary Jane and things like that. Yeah, I used to be a party boy. I used to use substances. I used to drink. I used to go do all that stuff. I was a very bad youngster. And you guys said, do I ever miss that lifestyle? I can honestly 100% for certain, without a doubt in my mind, say I do not miss that lifestyle. There is nothing about that life I miss. And all my old friends that are stuck in that routine, stuck in that pattern, stuck in that